Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you guys how to make this market profile chart in Sierrachart. Remember that this video is not a tutorial on how to read and analyze and how to use the market profile during trading. This is just a tutorial video on how to make one. Now let's get to the video. Alright everyone, before the tutorial begins, I recommend everyone to watch this video in 1.15 to 1.25 speed because there's going to be a lot of talking and that way you can get through the video much quicker. Now, with that being said, let's make this into the proper size, which is probably about there. Now, before we get to the charts, I want to remind you that you're going to have to purchase at least the service package 5. Which is $36 a month, and you need the advanced features. Okay, today we're going to do this, the TPO chart study. And before you start to get any kind of ideas, oh, why do I have to pay? Aren't charts free and all that stuff? Think logically. Is anything in this world free? Not really. So if you want to get the best tools for trading, you're going to have to pay. And I can confidently say this, I'm not being sponsored by Sierrachart. I don't get any money from saying this. It is the best charting platform on the markets, okay? And it is fairly cheap compared to other platforms. Now, let us open the platform. So before we begin, I recommend that you make your own chart book. So make a new chart book and then you want to save as and then give it a name. You can see here that this is my chart book. It has a name for vids. So this is just for YouTube videos. And by the way, if I'm looking at in my right, that's because my notes are there. There's quite a lot to get through. So we'll want to open a intraday chart. You can do that right here. So find a symbol. Now my chart, or what I trade, is the micro E-mini S&P 500. So that's right here. So you're going to want to find whatever you trade and pick that and open an intraday chart. All right. When we are in this window, we want to come to analysis and studies. And we want to scroll down to T. Okay, so right here we have TPO. You can also write TPO. There's two TPO charts here. We need the profile chart, add, apply, and we're gonna close that window for now. We're going to come back to that. So now that we have our market profile chart here, there's one final thing we're going to do before we actually get to the good stuff. We want to come to graphic settings to global, and then you want to change the text, and it's going to be this text and this text. And also you want to add the scale border to black. Okay, otherwise you don't have a border here and it's kind of confusing, and you know, I don't really like that. Now we're going to detach chart window. Oh shit. Already starting to make a mess now. So this is here. Just checking. Okay. I'm going to minimize this quite a lot. All right. There we go. Now we're going to actually begin. And before I started this video, I actually watched about 4 or 5 market profile tutorials just to see what kind of charts or market profiles people were making, and I can confidently say that this is going to be the best video. Like, this is the only video you need. The other charts I saw, there was a lot of mistakes, a lot of unnecessary settings put on. You don't need all that. If you watch this video and you make this market profile, it's the best one you can have, okay? So, chart settings, and I'm just going to bring this here. Right. Now there's quite a lot of settings we need to go through. And number one, actually I'll just have it on top of here for now. Number one is in data limiting. We want to load more than 30 days, okay? I like to load 100 days, so about 3 months. You can load how many days you want. Just remember that the more days you load, the longer it takes for the chart to load, and it can cause some lagging and all that. 100 days, it's enough, okay? Now, this is probably the most important part of this video, so pay attention, all right? And this is one of the mistakes which I saw many people, many videos that made market profiles did not do this, all right? So you want to set your time zone according to your own market's regular trading hours, all right? Very, very important. Now, this is the MES, so the time is going to be New York. It is the CME, regular trading hours time, okay? New York, press apply. What happens next? You want to put in the intraday chart session times, the regular trading hours. Now, what is the regular trading hours for S&P 500 or futures in general? It is 9:30 to 4 p.m. Okay? This is the regular trading hours. So you want to apply. So this is the regular trading hours for the MES. However, I actually like to put my times. Oh shit. I like to have my times like so. You don't have to do this. I actually recommend that you put it to end at 4. This is how I like to have my time. And the second, this is probably the most important thing. You want to click evening session off. No video did that. None. 0. All the videos were using evening sessions. Completely unnecessary. You don't need that. All right. Then we're going to come to the display here. And you want to change the name of the chart. So title bar name, and I'm just going to have market profile, and then we can put MES, right? Apply, and it's right there, market profile MES. And the second thing we want to do is we have this lock fill space. So we're going to come off, and then I'm pressing the right arrow, okay? You can see that we're adding some space between the edge. I'm just going to put this slightly bigger. So I would probably have this to be this size, all right? This is probably how the size would look. So I'm going to make the log fill space for this size. I think that's about enough. You can always change this and make sure to do these kind of customization things to your own preference. I like to have space between the price and the last market profile. I don't want it to be right there. You know, it's kind of confusing. And then you want to come here and press yes and apply, right? Now when you press the right arrow key, it's not gonna move. It's just gonna stay there, right? Coming back to the settings. Then we have chart drawings, right? And I'm not going to do anything here. I just want to mention this. We have copy chart drawings from chart, okay? And this really comes into effect when you use other charts. So if you have candlestick charts and you make drawings to this chart, you want to put the number of this market profile chart, which is right here. So it's number 1. You want to put this setting to the number on the other chart. So it automatically copies the drawings from here. All right, I'm not gonna do that now. I just wanted to mention it for the video. Just some last settings before we get to actually looking at the market profile. Graphic settings, take the global settings off. Obviously, you want to take that off. Chart text, you know, always black. And in the graphic settings, there's two things we want to change. Last trade price box is black, and the foreground is going to be white. You can see the change right there. It's easier to read the price when it's not the same color as the background. You get really confused. Okay. And now we get to actually changing how the market profile looks and is. So analysis, studies, settings. Okay. Just going to move these. So it's right there. And I'm going to have this right here. All right. And now comes the important part. I'm gonna go from up to down. This is another one which was something that people changed. The TPO value area, it's set at 70. Now, technically it's supposed to be 68, but everyone has it at 70. It's not really that big of a difference. It doesn't really matter. It's I think it's actually better to have it at 70, whatever. Okay, so this is the first change we're going to make here is extend value area, and we're going to put end of period. Okay, and this is a setting that a lot of charts actually missed in the tutorials. Very important to have this on. Extend TPO point of control, and this one I like to have until further intersection. So you can see here that it's the blue one right now. Actually, they're both blue. We're going to change those colors, but for now it's blue. Then we'll go down to S. Shade TPO letters blocks based on time. Yes. Then we have letters font size. I like to have this as 0. Okay. Now I'm going to talk about the blocks and the letters soon, but I want to make this I want to complete this first. Then we have highlight midpoint in profile. No, completely useless. Okay, then we have initial balance range 0, completely useless setting again. You don't need that at all. Then we have IBR extension display mode, none, completely useless. You don't need that. And let's see, I think we're done here. Yeah, so that's this part now done. Now we have clicked all the right settings. Let's get to the colors. Okay. TPO block letters colors. I like to have this at gray, and the second one is also going to be gray, kind of a different gray. And here's the important part. Now I want you to use your own colors. You can also copy my colors, but it's better if you use your own, because then it's your own chart, and then you're going to like it more. Value area extension lines. Let's try something like that. Pretty nice. And point of control extension line, I like to have as red, maybe slightly different red. This is too bright. Let's try that. How about that? That's pretty nice already. I think I'll change the colors just slightly. I want them to be a little bit more like that. And also this. Yeah, that's pretty nice now, isn't it? Let's just see if there's any other settings that we need to address. Now I would take this off. And by the way, the second color here doesn't matter because we're not using the evening session. We only have one session here. It doesn't matter about the second color because it's not going to be here. And that's one of the critiques actually I had about the second or the other videos, because they were using the evening session. You can see here that it's much more clear when there's only one session. When you have two sessions for one day, and then, you know, there's videos where they put volume profiles next to this, it's very, very confusing. Okay, you don't need to do that. This is all you need, really. Now this one, I want to actually yeah, I want this to be the same. Oh shit, what the hell is that? Come on now. I want this to be the same red, right? Yeah, now it looks nice. Just going to check. I think that's all. That should be it. That should be it. I'm just gonna close that. Yeah, I think there you have it. Okay, so lastly, I want to talk about the blocks versus letters. So I'm gonna open the chart studies here and let's go down to the letters versus blocks, which is right here. So I like to have blocks, letters, blocks. There's really no difference. There is one advantage that the letters give, which is that you get to see price movement in the different times. That's really that's kind of irrelevant. It doesn't really matter. And the reason why I use blocks is actually a cosmetic reason. So I'll put the letters on now and you can just see how it looks. Okay, it's not as clean, and to make sense of it you really kind of have to zoom in. When you zoom in you can see these gaps. So the way I like to have my market profile chart is kind of like this actually. So it's a big chart that shows me a bigger picture. When I use letters, I can't really see what I'm supposed to see. So that's the only reason why I like to use the blocks, is that if I'll just put them on, I'll put them back on quickly, so you'll see the difference automatically. It's just much cleaner, much easier to look at, and honestly that's the only reason why I use the blocks to begin with. It doesn't matter, you can use letters if you want, it's up to you. I think it's ready now, so there you go, I guess. This is the market profile which I use when I trade. It's very clean, there's no noise, very easy to read, very easy to understand, and yeah, see you guys in the next video.